My 2-year-old was playing a children's app on his phone. I used that opportunity to snoop. Text message to my husband. That was different, unexpected, and somehow it turned me on. Husband replied, "You're so good at it. Are you okay? Am I the first man you've pegged? Call me. I want to hear your voice."
How did we get there?
Bro, the sender was his stepsister. I confronted him immediately. His eyes turned cold and soulless, like a shark's eyes. Tell somebody and I'll erase you. Cry on Facebook and plan the balloon release. Me, I'm not scared of you. Him, you won't have time to be scared of me.
Be the same. Penny for my dots, cause you know I'm trying to change. If I ever took a loss, charge it to the game. When we see
I need to.
He needs to. All right, let's get straight to this shit. Yeah. No, I think it should be recorded. All right, let's get straight into this shit. Charge it to the game. I got shit to charge to the game. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm pissed. I'm fucking pissed, bro.
Let me just walk.
Yeah. You walk through. You do you.
Pissed?
So I wake up this morning. I'm driving my whip. Yeah. I'm walking to my car and I see this like burgundy patch on the front of my car. I think someone hit my car yesterday.
Oh, they drove off.
And they drove off. I'm vexed. First of all, I've been there. I've done it.
Yeah, I would do the same.
No, bro, I remember when I was learning how to drive. Yeah, I was driving my mom's car at the time. I was trying to park, and I wasn't.
Yeah,
bro, it was like a baby blue Golf. Bro, I just moved and parked the other side. Got out of my car. Wiped all the scrapes, so you're not gonna see this evidence. But yeah, so I think someone hit my car. Luckily, I think it's something that can be buffed out, so it's not crazy. There's not like a dent or anything.
Yeah.
Other thing, yeah. So I was doing a bit of a maneuver I shouldn't have been doing it. But I bust a U-turn where I wasn't supposed to bust a U-turn, and I thought I made it because the turning circle's a bit big, innit?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I curbed my tires. I'm vexed, bro. To be honest, I want new tires anyways because I don't really like tires that are on my whip.
Okay.
But like, it's still like they're curbed now.
I admire car people. They're like, I don't like the tires on my whip. I'm like, fair enough. Just try whatever. Fair enough. Fair play.
But also, I want to get rid of it soonish.
Okay.
So
already?
I never planned to have this car for that long. Remember I told you if I.
Yeah.
I got to get rid of it, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, that's why I'm charging to the game this week because I know we'd be forgetting to charge things to the game for a while.
Yeah. Now that we're back properly, we're actually going to bring the podcast back properly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great doing the podcast that we quit.
And we're going to keep doing it for a little while. Look, we shouldn't.
Fuck it. Look, you get the information when you get the information.
We're here for...
Look, just enjoy while we're here.
You'll miss us when we're gone. Because how many podcasts now talk about dicks and mics?
Bro?
How many podcasts just have fun with it like we do,
You know like that.
Just avoid. How are you doing anyways? How's your week?
It's cool. Like, not special, just...
I saw you hosted an event. I saw that piece of content was actually called This is Clean.
Okay. No, first of all, you know what, yeah? I get it now.
Get what?
So, we're taking pictures and shit like that to get content, yeah?
Yeah.
And then Emmanuel.
Yes.
The big fashion nigga.
Yeah.
Bro, man comes with the lie, does this. I saw the video, I said, yeah. I was like, that's me, yeah?
The thing is, when you're filming it, you're like, all right, okay.
Yeah,
and then when you see the result, you're like, whoa.
I was like, see, swear, yeah. Bro, I've never seen that many likes and views on my story ever.
I liked and responded. Bro, I was like everyone. I went to Demi's one, like that one as well.
Bro, fam, niggas that have never responded to my story that watch it, like, respond. I was like, say so. This is what you content creators are doing.
Nah. And the part is when you even lifted the stick thing and you held it. I was like, yes, bitch. Yes.
You were getting in my back.
I was smiling at it. And Sue says, why are you smiling? I was like, my boy's doing it, man. She said, why are you smiling? I said, look at this, she's doing it.
But like I said, I'll win best dressed. I didn't because I'm the host.
Okay,
just saying I got robbed. But niggas that know.
They know. They should have given it to you.
100%.
Nah, shout out Ab, the 5 pounds. He's done a good few events. They've done the football match. They've done the fashion show. They've done the Afro Gala. Done the bowl party.
Yeah, bro. Like I will say, quick breakdown of the event. I actually think it was a great time. Like a lot of times, like I go out and I don't really have a good time, but it was actually a good time. Okay, niggas showed up late as niggas do, so we started a bit later than we wanted to, but bro, it was actually like it was a great time, bro. The DJs were all hitting. There was niggas playing drums. People were actually engaged. Like it was actually a very enjoyable event.
Yeah, it looks like a different it was probably a younger demographic to what I used to, was it?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people I ain't never seen before.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And you think like Afro Gala, just on that, yeah? It's a bit different because it's also like getting lace made and all this stuff is a bit expensive, isn't it? So do you think that will deter people from wanting to? Because you can't go to a cheeky H&M or ASOS, grab a quick piece and just go. You have to be like intentional about your outfit.
I think that did deter some people from coming for sure.
Yeah.
Like, because I know some people probably wanted to step out and try it and didn't know that you could just come in a dress or whatever. Like there were people there in dresses and just looking like they were going to a regular gala and they looked great.
Yeah.
And then there were some people that stepped out.
Yeah.
Like, but no, to be honest, like it was a great event and I was like an excuse to wear some trad.
No, and your trad was cool. Did you get that made just for this as well, or?
Yeah.
That's cold.
Look, man,
in Niger or here?
Niger.
How do you get your sizes?
What's called? I had to get measured for a suit because we're getting suits made for Laddie's wedding.
Yes.
So while I was on the phone to the tailor, I was like, just measure me for everything else too. Mm-hmm. Then my mom, thankfully, was going to Nigeria at the time anyway, so she just brought it back with her. So it just kind of everything just kind of worked out. Like the event was supposed to happen in June. And if it was in June, I was going to have to reload one of my old things, which I didn't want to do. So then when it got pushed out, it gave me more time to actually do what I wanted to do, get everything I need to get. And yeah, cool event, man.
And how was hosted with Demi then?
Yeah, me and Demi hosted before. Like, yes. Like, it's cool. Like, we did our thing. We had a good time. It was fun. And yeah, like, that's all I can say. That's all I can say about it. Like, it was actually, shout out to Abs and this, like,
Silva,
you could see that they put what's called. Yeah. Like, they had, obviously, they had food. They had people selling flowers. Bro, the flowers were cold. Even the flowers we gave to, like, the best dressed winners and stuff like that. The best dressed male won a haircut from Manny. So, gonna get nice up, it was shaped up nicely. But yeah, it was great, man. Like, what about you? Holiday life?
Yeah. I was away for the first time, not the first time with the baby, but like first family kind of holiday. Went to Las Palmas, Gran Canaria. I just like first time going away. This kind of places, like I have what I call rational anxiety. Cause like I know, remember we talked that episode, like say you can kind of know why you feel that way, being emotionally aware.
Yeah.
So like when I knew I felt anxious anyways, because just being in a different country with a baby, and also you're renting a car, so you're driving. You feel like your mistakes are like more costly than they would. Like there's more at stake with everything you do. Like where you're staying, you're always like you're in protection and reactive mode at all times.
Yeah, I feel like you're overstimulated for a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, is he okay? Is she okay? Is this happening?
Is happening? Why are we doing this? Is it too hot? And then like you're different. You don't have home comfort. So something does, if like a mistake does happen, the repercussion of like you don't know where anything is, you don't know the hospitals are, you don't know, like you're just like obviously like serious like saying like it's grand, you relax, he's gonna be with his kid, his dad, his uncle and his godfather. But I enjoyed it, but because I knew why I felt the anxiety, so I can just kind of power through it. Like I think there's this thing where he says just do it scared. Even for the first live shot, like I was like apprehensive, but I just do it scared. You just I don't let if I understand the anxiety, I don't let those kind of things stop me from doing the things that I should be doing. Like, we should be going on a family holiday. I shouldn't be like, I was going to feel that anyways. The first time I went away, what it was now, a year from now, those feelings, it's gonna be there anyway. So I might as well. But it was actually like the perfect amount of days as well. You went on a Friday, you're back on a Wednesday. So like 4 full days there, 2 travel days either side of it. So, like, yeah, I enjoyed it. And it's going to be a thing that's regular next year. We might go with Chris and his missus and people and their missus and Fix stays at home. I get why when people do go to these resorts. I get why when I was in school and they'll tell me, I went to Tenerife or whatever, they stay at a resort. Makes sense. Easy. Like, it makes everything is there. You wake up, the kids. There's even a kids club where kids are like 4 or 5 where parents can leave them for like an hour or 2. Yeah. So, and then like obviously you can see in the kids club, kids are just like running, playing, and their parents are like not there.
But tired that little nigga out, man.
Yeah. No, it was cool. It was cool to do, but after you get over the anxiety, but I was so happy to be home because when you get home, you feel like I took everybody away and we all made it home safe and sound. Yeah. You breathe a sigh of relief.
We did it.
Yeah. It was cool and it was cheap enough. Like, they obviously I had a holiday budget to get near what I thought I would spend.
Is that all right? I knew you're happy coming back.
And I actually think the way they drive in those countries makes more sense. Because obviously you're on the other side, but there's no like, if you're driving on the right and you say turn left, you actually have to go across the other lane, and like here in Ireland, whatever, you have to go across the other lane. But over in Spain where we were, Just keep going straight, and there'll be a roundabout, and the roundabout will take you the other way, which is annoying, but it keeps the flow of traffic. Because you're not stopping in the middle, waiting for this traffic to go. And then there's cars behind you, and then you go. They'll just tell you, keep going, take the roundabout, come back around, and then... So you're barely ever, like, whenever you're going apart from traffic lights, you're barely ever stopped.
Yeah.
You're constantly driving, because if you need to turn left, there'll just be like a roundabout, literally 100 meters. Go there, come back, and then take a right, and then it'll just keep going.
And then you're good,
yeah. Yeah, it was fun, yeah.
I've got to stop posting my niece and nephew on my story.
Why?
People, I forget that I'm at the age where it's feasible that I can have kids. I posted my nephew for his birthday. Someone goes, "Daddy did, yeah?" I said, "What?" Yo, cool down.
I've been telling niggas to join me, man.
Cool down.
Try me so we can do family holiday as well. As well, bring the kid. Fix him. Everybody's big brother by then. You too as well. Hey, that's one other thing I saw. Yeah, bare like couples with their kids, like because it's a kid. The kids are there like, oh, they just made other friends with kids. They said this time of year we're taking the kids away, so I need black friends to do that way. I think because you know the amount of white moms I talked to on this trip. But my black friends don't have kids. But bring your nephew.
Did that get annoying?
Yeah, kind of. Because obviously you're taking him, like, he's been doing swimming lessons, so he loves the water. Like, he'll cry if you don't bring him into the water. If he sees the water and you don't bring him there, he'll start crying. So you bring him into the water, he's walking and he sees other kids walking towards him. Conversation starts. How old is he? Every single time. And after a while, it's like, oh, yeah, good, it's good. But after a while, you're like, man, I actually don't care, man. I don't care.
Your kid is cute, no, but I don't care how old your kid is.
Yeah, but back to that. Have kids, man. Have kids and bring them on family holidays. But
cool down. What's happened this week?
I actually want to talk about. Did you watch the fight?
No. I saw the aftermath, but I didn't watch the fight.
Yeah, no.
Is AJ cooked?
What?
Is AJ cooked?
That's. I think he's cooked at a level where I don't think he's gonna be able to compete for like world titles. But I still think there's fights that we could still be entertained to see. If they say AJ Wilder, you'd still want to see it, kind of.
Yeah, but I think boxing is cooked, low-key.
Yeah. What do you mean? Sorry. Very agree.
Like, I feel like AJ has been the big money fight for so long, and like obviously since Mayweather ruined it and everyone is winning, it's all about winning now. Well, it's always about winning, but like before, if you lost, it didn't matter. That. But now it's kind of like, do we still want to see the Tyson
AJ Wilder AJ. That's it.
But after that, what is really popping? Like,
well, I think he's 35 as well. This is for most athletes, it's a good retirement age. I was just surprised how easily Dubois beat him. Like Dubois, I think he dropped him every single round. Yeah, every single round he was dropping him. And then like obviously I was watching it on the holiday. I was watching it on the phone with Simi. I was like, he doesn't look like himself. He doesn't look like he wants to be in a fight. It's probably one of those days where you wake up and you're not in the mood for work, but you still gotta go to work. No, but there's this fighting.
Apparently, when he was in the corner, he was like, "This guy's shit."
They knocked him out right after.
Yeah, but you can't go into these, especially in heavyweight. Everybody's got a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
Even if you're smacking him up, he could hit you with one clean. Like, do you get what I mean? So maybe he overlooked him a bit, because even AJ talks spicy, but he'd been talking spicy. When he looked at him, it's like, you don't want to do this. Yeah. Like, don't disrespect me, bro.
Yeah, you see that clip? I love at the end of the we have to run back. You know what I'm saying? If you're there to be cooked, we will cook you.
See, but now it looks different in the light. Because back then, when he was doing that, I was like, oh, AJ's gonna smack this nigga up, bro. Yeah. And then now looking back, it's like,
so I don't know what, like, he's, to your point, is like there's two fights we care about. Outside of those two fights, like, if Fury beats Usyk in a rematch, I don't think he's gonna even want to fight AJ. Like, he's not gonna give AJ Fury has to also lose again for them to be like on lose. I don't think he's gonna fight.
Does Fury even want to fight anymore?
He's gonna fight the rematch in December.
Yeah, he will, but does he want to?
Yeah,
I think that's more of a that's the fire in him that I need to get my lick back.
Yeah,
but after that, I don't think he cares.
If he gets that win back, because if the heavyweight division kind of slows down, because I think that's where all the big names are, really, apart from like Canelo Alvarez, all the big names, most of the big names, like obviously for the casuals, like we know Terence Crawford, but most of the casuals probably don't know Terence Crawford, so most of the big names are in the heavyweight division. If they kind of stop, Wilder's slowing down, Fury slowing down, AJ slowing down, boxing kind of losing momentum. I don't know if they'll build any stars. Ryan Garcia looked like he could have been a star.
Low key, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I've kind of lost interest in combat sports, low key. Like, even MMA, I'm not really, now that Izzy's not really doing Izzy things.
I was watching a video for that. There's no stars even in that since Izzy lost. Connor's not around. Conor
doesn't need to fight.
Yeah, I that's it. Like, there's no real star, especially to capture the casuals. But the people that are like obviously keep up, but the people that are fighting are good purists. But we've said many times that doesn't move the needle sometimes.
Loki, I think it's because I stopped listening to Joe Rogan.
Okay,
listening to Joe Rogan and him talking about all that makes me back interested in that stuff.
But
like even now, like I feel like I'm even less than a casual.
Okay,
but I used to be into this shit, and I think maybe it's because like all the people that I championed and I've really cared about,
they're kind of
they've lost a bit of their momentum.
Does that happen? Like they have to kind of. You have to always kind of like build stars. Like even in WWE, Vince McMahon, you always knew. I guess because he controls it, you always knew you have to build a star for the casual. Even now, it's like John Cena's last year, and they're making that into like a whole storyline. It's like his last. But I guess when you can kind of dictate the result,
it makes sense. Because what's called they're telling a story. They're essentially a soap that's just going on for years. You get what I'm saying? Because like while what's his name, the tribal chief, what's his name again?
Roman Reigns.
While he's the guy we put I couldn't remember his name.
That's his name. That's the thing. Because of the tribal chief.
What's called? Well, while his star is growing and he's do whatever, we make someone an absolute like we're seeing them do it with Logan Paul. We're seeing them. He's the hated guy. Nobody likes him. Nobody likes him. Give it a year or two. He's gonna do something. All of a sudden, he's the good guy. Now we bring the next bad guy, and it just kind of recycles and recycles and recycles. Because like, if we could write boxing and we could write the script,
AJ will be the guy because look at him. Look at him. Marketing was good looking. Like Fury wouldn't even be around. Fury would have to be so good at like, because there's pure wrestlers like a Kurt Angle who are just so good at the pure wrestling side. The entertainment side doesn't have to match, but sometimes you just have in WWE you just have pure entertainers. Exactly. I think that's what combat sport in general kind of misses right now. It's just the pure entertainers outside of the ring. And AJ was out. The fees cooked. Even Wilder to an extent. Wilder captured the masses. Like I want to catch a body.
That's because, bro, you're either personality outside the ring and you back it up in the ring, or you just do something so spectacular in the ring that it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Like that's Haaland. Like Haaland outside of football, I don't think anybody cares. But he bangs so many goals that it just doesn't matter. Like people love seeing a knockout. That's all we want to see. So if we watch this guy and 90% of the time, if we know we're watching him, he's knocking somebody out. That's all we care about. Do you know what I mean?
Boxing might be cooked, but like combat sport, we'll see because it's after this end of the year. If that Usyk Fury fight happens, to your point, there's maybe 3 fights we care about the heavyweight division. And if those fights don't happen, I don't think there's the lesser weight classes. It's really for the purists. So we'll see if they build up any stars.
The heavyweight division is the only division that real casuals care about. If I'm being honest,
because it's big men like punching each other up. Like, so
and more likely for knockout. That's it.
That's why even see these things. Sometimes you can beat up the bantamweight people because they're so small. So that's a man that can beat them up. She's like, she looked at one bantamweight guy in the UFC. Says, "I can beat him up." I was like, "Why? He's so small." I was like,
I bet she looks at Demetrius Johnson and is like, "I'll take him."
She did, and then I was like, I had to show her him flipping someone in the air and put him in the armbar.
That is a killer.
I see this all the time. I was like, oh, okay. Y'all look at these guys because they're small men.
Bro, that guy will kill me.
This guy would kill most men in the world with his juices hands.
But what's called? We got to talk about culture night. What happened at Toller Vintage?
Oh yes, I had that. Yes,
I will say I've come in here a lot of times and I've saluted Black and Irish.
Yeah.
They finally put out a statement that I'm like, you guys did what you needed to do.
I was on holiday. Before we get into it, yeah. Can you break down like what happened in case people don't know what happened?
I don't know exactly what happened. Essentially, Culture Night is, remember we were supposed to do something on Culture Night.
Yes.
Because whatever.
Yeah.
But Culture Night is a night where we're supposed to celebrate all these different cultures in Ireland and blah, 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 blah. There's a bunch of events going on. I think Femi had his thing that night. Toller Vintage, they throw a block party. Last year, it looked lit. I'm not going to lie. It looked so lit last year that this year I was like, I think I might be there.
Okay.
And then anyways, the block party starts now and Toller Vintage is just off of Temple Bar. So it's kind of like Temple Bar is Temple Bar. That's where all the music's playing loud. That's where everything's happening. And apparently, the feds come and tell them they have to shut the party down. Why? Like, it's Culture Night. Everything is happening everywhere. We're in the middle of the town beside a bunch of bars that are playing a bunch of loud music. Why would they need to shut it down or whatever? Anyways, the feds come, tell people start shutting down. Now they start using excessive force. And I think some guy got his head split open. And it just became a whole... Feds being feds. Let's be honest. And this is what I was saying when the riots happened. When it's time for smoke, you man duck.
Yeah.
But when it's peaceful, people just having fun, having a good time, just want to mind their own business, that's when you guys want to come and show all the force that you didn't have when like what's it called? Was it a couple of days before or something like that there was a. Is it far right or far left? I don't know.
Yeah, far right.
Yeah, that they were going around the whole city center doing their whole thing.
Yeah.
So them man can do all of that, but we can't have a little party.
Yeah. And obviously, I kind of read up about it as well, and I've seen people put out their opinions and statements and loads of things going on. And I always say, like, we've come on this podcast before, we say sometimes it gets tiresome. Like, it's like, we don't think anything's going to change, nothing's going to be done, etc., etc. Which is like, we feel like we are fighting in essentially a losing battle.
Yeah.
But as I was seeing, I was like, even though it feels like that, yeah, we still gotta keep like making noise and fighting the battle. Listen, because even if we do feel like it is a losing battle, and I feel like it's a losing battle, maybe not you, but a lot of us, if we are invested into Ireland for the future, even though for us or whatever, for our kids or whatever, you still want to try to make it the best place it can be for the future generation. And we might look at it in 15 years and say, oh wow, it's still bad, but it's better than what it was 15 years ago. And hopefully the progress is what we can essentially do as much as possible. Because if we not leave it, we start having kids here and everything, and they look at us like this was happening 15 years ago.
What'd you guys do?
And you guys just accepted defeat. They start looking at us like, oh, so this started 20 years ago, and you man just said, oh, it was a losing battle and did nothing. I'm not saying we'll win the battle. I'm not saying that at all. I understand. I get frustrated. I feel like someone was saying like, different day, same kind of like rage that we're having. And I get it. And I get it can be demoralizing. It can be frustrating. It can be like, why do we even bother? And I feel like that sometimes as well. But I looked at it for the first time. I'm like, if we look at places like even the UK and America, if someone like I'm not saying somebody should be an activist. This is an extreme example. If someone like maybe a Malcolm X or Dr. Martin Luther King didn't fight, the progress doesn't get made. Yes, they're not where they want to be or where they feel it's equal or where they should be, but they're in a better place maybe than they were 50 years ago. And that's because some people decided to like, if they didn't and everybody just sat on their laurels and be like, it's a losing battle anyways, and you're still where you were 50 years ago, you've just prevented 50 years of progress, maybe. And if we want to be invested in this country, and this is where we're gonna stay, we do have so much responsibility to make some progress, and I just lay back and take it. Pause.
The thing is, I hear you and I agree with you, yeah. But you know what it is? It's that it gets to a point, like I saw on some stories, like what do we actually do?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if we decide, fuck it, let's burn everything down, it's not going to end well. A lot of us are ending up in handcuffs, head split open, and all that kind of shit. Because if we tried what they tried, if we decide to riot like they rioted, bro, the army's coming out.
Yeah.
Like, and we know that's going to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, as much as we're about it, yeah, how many of us are about it? Like, how many of us are ready to risk your life for this? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, we saw what happened to, like, I'm not saying that what happened to Malcolm X and them, and it's going to happen to us.
It's an extreme example, but like, that's who we can think of.
We saw what happened. Do you get what I'm saying? If they're using that much force on us just trying to have a party, now imagine us trying to actually fight for something. Do you get what I'm saying? The other hand is like, okay, we do this peaceful thing. But even when we do peaceful thing, they're going to come with their nonsense. They're going to come with their bullshit. And it's like, the people that are meant to protect us, yeah. Like, I know, like, last week, right, we came and we joked about, like, obviously we're having fun and we're joking about all the shit that was going on with me and, like, old white women and all this kind of shit. But like, there's been times where, like, remember I told you at that time that I almost got arrested and pepper sprayed when I was in my car or whatever. Yeah. I literally, bro, because my door is open, I literally did this. Man was ready to pepper spray me on the jump. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, the way they see us is always going to be the way they see us. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like some people that this shit is ingrained in them, is that going to change? And how do we change that? Do you get what I'm saying? Because like, even we talk to this police commissioner, and we talk to this ombudsman, and we talk to this and we talk to this, but what does it really fucking do, bro?
Is it that thing that, obviously another mad example, to create change, maybe you have to be a part of it, like not a 10-point plan thing or anything, but Jay-Z in the NFL, he says people are saying it's a cop-out because you want to make money for yourself and it's self-serving. Fair enough. But he actually said, it's like, to actually make change, you need to sit at the table with people who can legislate change. That's something, because like, to your point, we've tried it all. We've tried rioting, we've tried being peaceful, Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, we've tried it all. It's not working. So maybe a different avenue back to Jay-Z is like, maybe try to work with them and see if that can, because if you have someone in the door and we all have our blind spots as people. I probably have blind spots towards white people, Asian people, because I'm not in their community every day. I can't see the thing for the way they see it every day. But if we're in the building with them and they're trying to see something one way, we'll say, no, this is not going to work right with the black community because this is what they're going to think. I don't know. Maybe that's another avenue to help this thing, because Issa Rae works in Hollywood and she says she gets called to work with some of the executives when they're making some decision in terms of like D&I, because they know, like, I've lived in white Beverly Hills all my life. I don't know about your culture. Mm-hmm. And if I need to make a decision in regard to that culture, I'm going to call someone. I'm not saying this is the answer, because obviously I don't know. I'm not an activist. I'm just saying is that a thing that maybe we can do? Because we have tried everything. Yeah. Or is it just, to put they cook Jay-Z for saying it, they said it's just self-serving. You're just looking out for yourself and your interests. And if someone does do that, are we going to then look at him and be like, oh, that's coonery. Now you're working with it.
Bro, let's go back to the internet.
There's no winning.
There's no winning. That's number one. But like,
no winning.
But the other part is like, for us to climb that ladder, yeah. Okay, let's even say there's a black kid now, that he wants to make change and he wants to become a guard, right? Mm-hmm. He joins the force, whatever. Until the point that it gets to a point where he can actually make change, how many years are we talking?
But and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, it might not be now. Or like that's what we just can't rely on and take. Because even if the progress doesn't happen for 20, 30 years, you have to start now. Because if you start 20 years from now, it's still going to take the same amount of time to make that progress. Yeah. So it could be that black kid that he eventually gets in 40 years, and he does it. But now the other aspect is, when people start playing that game, it could be like your man from the Indian Prime Minister from, what was his name?
Rishi Sunak or something?
Yeah. Now he starts thinking he's one of them. Like, he starts thinking, like, could be because he's played that politics game so long. Now he moves like he's not brown. He moves like he's not a minority in their country. So that is also a possibility that, like, once you start playing that game and you're entering those rooms, you start feeling like, oh, I belong in these rooms. You start doing I'm not black, I'm OJ.
Yeah, bro, because, bro, when they start putting their arm around you, you're one of the good ones.
You're not like them. You were educated.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but my problem with that, is because there's such a small, like, remember when we were saying the other day, like, everyone thinks that I would do this, I would do this, I would do this. Yeah. When you're in that room and you're the only black guy, and there's a bunch of, oh man, these niggers are at it again. Maybe they don't say niggers. Maybe, these lot are at it again.
Those communities from Tala, and you don't want to segregate yourself.
Do you get what I'm saying? And like let's be fucking honest. How many people are about it? How many people are like, if you're like, let's say, I don't know the way the police, whatever, let's say you're at the bottom level, like just barely, just started, whatever, and these higher ups are talking and all this kind of stuff, and it's like, this is also your livelihood. You get what I'm saying?
You feed your family.
I can't block my progression as well. So you got to play the game, but you also need to be able to disrupt shit enough that I need to do this. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I get that. I get it. Again, I don't have the answers. What I'm saying is, like, what else is there? But I just don't think we should just kind of concede.
No, definitely.
I just don't think we should concede, even though it feels hopeless at times. Conceding would be worse.
I think, no, for sure. But I think this is the first time where I think what I saw online was just exhaustion.
Yeah.
Like, usually, like, everyone's up in arms and everyone's, fuck this, we're ready. This is the first time.
People are just tired,
I'm just seeing people saying, it just feels like we're just shouting into an empty void. Yeah. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to be the 1st of October. They're going to say, yo, can we talk to you about diversity and inclusion? We're going to have this, what's called? We're going to have we're going to have this food at work today. Oh, we're going to have this poster and we're going to have this and this and this. And then as soon as October is over, Halloween has passed, we're going to go right back to the same shit that's been going on.
Friday on 90 Day, we give out all the time. Says when October comes, these brands be on in our emails.
Bro,
they're there.
They're here for it. Now all of a sudden you give a fuck. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, and it's just like, I'm just tired, bro.
Same here. I echo that sentiment. There was the first time I saw people just fed up. It was just like, it's enough. Like, it's when will this shit stop? Because we usually come with vim and energy. This time was kind of like, are you actually at this again? It's like, do you know when you're a parent, you've given out so many times about kid cleaning their room, or your mom has given out to you so many times about cleaning your room, and they're just looking at you like, did you just clean your room, man?
You know it's like, this really, do we have to have this conversation again?
Yeah, just clean your room.
Bro, man,
so I get both sides.
Like, honestly, you know what? It's like, even listening back to our episode last week, like, obviously, I'm not doing what is me because it's not that deep. But I actually realized that, like, I think it bothered me just because at a certain point, it gets exhausting being told that you're the problem all the time. Or not even being told that you're the problem, being treated like you're the problem all the time. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we've tried it all. Bro, we've tried to simulate. We've tried to walk out the way, like make sure that, we're
code
cool.
Switch when in different environments. Yeah.
Then we also tried, fuck it, I'm not code switching. I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
Then they have a problem with us code switching. They have a problem with us not code switching. They have a problem with us speaking out. They have a problem with us not speaking. Like, at what point is it like, what the fuck do we do? Like, I'm just tired at this point.
I get the sense. I do understand the feeling, and like you're saying, I'm always gonna preface by saying it's easy. It's well and good for me to sit on the mic and say like, "Oh, Jim's a fool. I shouldn't apologize to the internet." Or this is what we should do. We shouldn't concede. But this is people's livelihoods, like you're saying. Like me gives advice saying like get in there and maybe make change from the inside. Easier said than done. All I understand is sometimes it's easier. It's always easier to speak and actually put stuff into action. So I do,
bro. Like, why am I seeing them pull out pepper spray on a girl that just wants to get her bag? Like, you told me to leave. Okay, let me get my stuff so I can go. But now you're pulling out pepper spray on me, bro. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
And like, it's gotten so bad. Like, the guy that got his head split was white. It's like okay, so it's not only the blacks and the people of color. It's also you fuck with them too. You're one of them now, bro. Like I'm tired.
And do you think it's also when it comes to October, again, easier said than done. People have bills to pay. Do you think also us should also be like, I am maybe refrain from working with these brands, but we can't really hold brands accountable.
Take the money.
Yeah, you're right,
bro.
You're right. No, I agree. I agree.
Like, at the end of the day,
I agree.
Money is power. We take the fucking money, bro. That's why. Like, if you want to hire me for diversity and inclusion, hire me, bro.
Get your bag,
get your bag. Like, at the end of the day,
also hire me in November and December.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're saying. We're not saying don't call me in October. Also call me in September. That's
bro. Because all of a sudden you lost my number, you lost my email. But that October 1st comes.
They have quotas to beat, and with corporations, to be fair, you can't even blame them too much because we work in corporates world. You understand the world of business, and a lot of people here they're just trying to do the job and not get given out to. So they're just saying like someone told him we need this type of brands, and he's only doing like for October. And once that ends, they tell him, okay, now we need this type of brand. So it's not even the person emailing you really making those decisions. He's just following he just wants to get paid, do what the corporation is asking for him, go back to his house. So yeah,
bro. Like, look, man. Like I said, like, anyways, keep.
But you had the picture you sent me that you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, shit. But no. Before we do that, like I said, I've come here and I've slewed Black and Irish a lot of times, and I've had my opinions on a lot of shit that I feel like they could have done more, or whatever. This is the first time I'm like, I gotta give props. Like, if I'm gonna come here, I say that you
what
guys.
Did they do?
Just the statement that they put out was like, all right, cool, we saw what was happening, we're outraged, we're gonna speak to these people.
Yeah.
Like, look, I don't know if anything is gonna come of it, but that's what I expect. Like, not that what I expect, but fuck it, yeah, that's what I expect.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you're telling us that you're trying to be in these rooms with these people, the decision makers and shit like
10
that.
points plan.
So when something goes wrong, those same decision makers that you're walking in the room with and they're trying to use us for your diversity and inclusion, yo, pull this motherfucker up. What the fuck are you doing? And it seems like that's what the fuck they're trying to do.
And that's kind of
that makes sense. So I gotta give props where, like I said, I've come here and I've chatted shit about these niggas. So if they do something that I feel like is going in the right direction, you also gotta give props.
Yeah, and that's the sentiment I'm trying to echo. It's like sometimes maybe change comes by being in these rooms. Only when we try it. And if it still doesn't work, then we can be like, well, what do we do?
No, but you know why I sometimes the whole being in these rooms, whatever, it's because niggas lie.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's all cool and well to be like how many people I work with, but I don't like you. Do you get what I'm saying?
If I left this place today, we'll never ever hear from each other again.
Exactly. So it's like we walk in this room, yeah, cool, this is 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever. We say, yeah, cool, we hear you. And then they just keep pushing it down the line until it's forgotten about. And then something else happens, and then we'll pretend that we understand what you're saying. You know what? We might even give you a little something. Yeah. That female guard that pulled out the pepper spray, she's suspended.
And that's why you need a representation of us in the room. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it's just all black people talking to a group of white people, they could be like, yeah, we hear you, and that's it. But maybe if you have, maybe not one of us, a couple in there, they'll be like, that has to have to reinforce or hold them accountable, say, no, we said we'll do that for that community, so we have to do it. And the only example I can think of is like when Colin Kaepernick's thing and Jay-Z was trying to help him, and now he's in there and he's making couple of decisions. I know it's only the Super Bowl show, but it's an example of like once you have someone in there that can actually reinforce the changes or try to hold people accountable for the changes, it's different. Because if I'm Congolese, say for example, so we have a Congolese community, and I knew what's best for Congolese people, and you're Nigerian, you're telling me what we also need to do for Nigerian people, but it's room for Congolese people. We're like, yeah, cool, ditch. But when we finish, we're still thinking, well, our unconscious bias is like, we need to look out for our people first. Yeah, it's cool that they said that, and before you know it, your issue is like not a non-factor to us like 6 months down the line, because there's nobody in that room that's looking out for your best interest. You know?
Yeah. Something just came to my mind. Yeah, this whole thing with Jay-Z, right?
Yeah.
Did they just give us something that means nothing?
Kind of like, tokenism. They use him as their token guy.
It is different if hip hop isn't the most popular.
Yeah.
Bro, getting Usher doesn't hurt the brand in any way.
Improvise it.
Getting Usher would have been fine regardless. Like, even if Jay-Z wasn't there and they said, we're getting Usher, it makes no difference. So, what are they really doing? Do you get what I mean? Like, it's not like Usher barely sells and he's this conscious guy and whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even let's say Kendrick is so big, he's in that conversation whether Jay-Z's not there or not. They might not pick him. That's a different situation. But like, the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, he's kneeling for the flag, blah, 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 all of that, yeah. Did they just give us something that means nothing?
I will say, like, hip-hop has probably been the most popular last decade, 15 years, the most popular genre in the world.
Maybe, I'll say maybe like 10, yeah.
10 years. And they were in Atlanta. I think the whole thing started because they were in Atlanta and they still picked Maroon 5 to be the representative, and it bombed. So, I know you're saying it's like such an obvious decision. Yeah, Usher makes sense. But back to my age report, people have blind spots. Just because, and we all live in our echo chambers, just because you might be big in hip-hop in that world, those people making those decisions are like old white men. And maybe it hasn't infiltrated their world yet. So I think that's when the shift started to kind of make the change. And yeah, it's like, in hindsight, everything's hindsight. It looks like, yeah, obviously Usher was the obvious decision. Or obviously when they did Rihanna, but it only started because it kept flopping. They kept picking the wrong act until he got into that door. Yeah, now he's picking the right act.
My point is that as the NFL, I look at this as like, why wouldn't we do that? It's no risk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no
so
risk.
It's like, what's really happening? Like, it means nothing to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, like let's say I come to you and it's like, yo, Jordan, like, I'm down bad. I really need this. And it's like, what is going to change my life is I need 20 euro from you. Okay. You look at me, it's like, okay. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if I lose 20 euro, what is it?
And I can feel good about myself.
And
I can feel like, we've hired a black guy as well. Yeah.
Like, it's they don't lose anything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, having Usher on that stage, Usher is such a big... Usher has a residency in Vegas. Yeah. He's not a little boy. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of looking at it like, on your end, okay, so we can get rid of this whole issue that's been plaguing us. Yeah. With no risk. And look good. And probably sell more tickets and get more eyes on the show. Where is the actual part that is
beneficial to you?
Not even beneficial to you. That is like, not that to do something right there has to be a risk or there has to be something that is going to be taken away. But it's almost like it's.
What do you lose to do here?
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, what have you sacrificed? What have you changed? Do you know what I'm saying? You essentially made the right business decision to get rid of another problem. Where's the rest of it? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, sometimes I look at it and it's like, I get it, but it almost like, I feel like we were going to get there regardless.
Yeah, but that's what they call Monday night quarterbacking. It's when it happens, like, you could, obviously, because you've seen the results, like, oh yeah, hip hop was always going to get so big that eventually you wouldn't have been able to ignore us. So now you've gotten the person there. It's no risk, high reward. If it didn't work, you'd probably take the blame for it. Like, Jay-Z be like, oh, Jay-Z won't flop. Because when he picked Kendrick, say, oh, Jay-Z gets the blame for it. If it did work, the NFL's like, oh yeah, look at the NFL working with Jay-Z. Yeah, no, I get it. It's like the very low risk thing to do. But I still do think if they could do that here and find kind of a similar situation, even if it's not a risk for them, for all of this to like stop. If they hire someone that can throw a block party and we still get the block parties and it's whatever, just a similar situation and everybody could be happy, we could look at it in hindsight and be like, oh yeah, this was always going to happen. They've just made the right decisions. They picked, let's say, KD. They picked KD. KD has a good following. Now, there was a low risk. He's a church guy, etc., etc. So they didn't lose anything by picking this guy. But you still have to make the decision, and the decision still has to work out, and you still have to get credit for that.
Okay, but like, what I mean is like, okay, like let's say with this whole situation now,
Yeah.
they hire somebody that is the diversity and inclusion guy, right?
Yeah.
Or let's say they go Black and Irish and they use Black and Irish as
Perfect,
that,
yeah.
But we give him a position that means nothing really.
If it
You just come to meetings.
If it changes, if it means nothing, but if it changes and like all these block parties, and you could see the racism, like all these that were fed up of saying about, if they hire someone for D&I, but also helps and it brings down the percentage of the amount of times that these things happen, isn't it still a good thing that they did?
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
What you're saying is correct.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, maybe it's the cynic in me.
Yeah.
I take this guy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you guys are up in arms, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll take someone from your community, give him a title. It shut you guys up for now, yeah? And then everything still happens the same way it happens.
If it happens the same way it happens, then yeah, it means nothing.
But that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, but like, in the Jay-Z thing is like, they did that. You say it means nothing, but black people in hip hop are on it for the first time in the Super Bowl. We're seeing it for the first time. We're seeing a lot of firsts with blacks performing at the Super Bowl. So it means something. Even though you're saying like, oh, it means nothing, it's still progress for Black America to see themselves on that stage that they would have never been on. I know this is like a very high level.
I get that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if Black and Irish get a position there, and now we're seeing progress in certain things, you could be like, oh, they just put them there as a position, but really they're not doing anything. But if we see progress, it's still a net positive thing.
Okay, let me ask, right?
Yeah.
If Colin Kaepernick happened today,
Yeah.
is the response the same? Because I think it is. And that's why I'm like, it means nothing.
Okay.
Like, it probably means something for this little boy that is watching, or this little girl that's watching, and is like, I want to perform at the Super Bowl one day. It's possible, beautiful, that's great. But on a minor scale, it means nothing. Do you get what I'm saying? If the issue that even got you into this position,
it's still
the issue.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Because like, let's say,
what was Colin Kaepernick's thing? He kneeled because for police brutality.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like if that happened again, I think the same thing happens.
Yeah, but in America, definitely, because they love their flag.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what makes me go back to, you made a business decision to make a problem go away, but it wasn't a business decision that cost you anything. Yeah. If anything, it boosts. And
the problem
the problem hasn't been addressed, and that's why I'm saying if you get a figurehead, you put him in a position of power, a position where he thinks he has power, but really you're just attending meetings of things that are never going to happen, because we know how it works in a company where it's like it has to go through so many levels to come all the way down, right?
Yeah.
I think it's worse in the government. So we can just keep pushing this down the line and pushing this down the line and pushing this down the line. And that your representative is going to come out and say, yeah, we're working on it. We've had good meetings. We've had good conversations. But they really don't mean anything. But maybe not next year. But there's going to be a block party. Or there's going to be a New Year's party. And the helicopter's going to come out. And it's going to be the same thing.
And that's what we remain to see. We remain to see what the outcome of these meetings are. To get back to the point, if they do these meetings and Black and Irish are taking these necessary steps and still nothing happens, but I still think like, we obviously we're going to ask, what should we do now? What should we do next? Do we just then say, yeah, there's no we can do, and say like, the positions they're giving us are meaningless, their actions are meaningless, this stuff are still happening? Is it just a thing that we just kind of like say charge it and just roll with the punches and just accept that this is the land we've decided that we're going to live in, and this is what the problems that we're going to be facing living in this land, and our kids might have to face the same problem, but because there is no solution.
I would never say that.
Yeah.
But it feels a lot like that. And because we're probably going to be the minority here forever, low-key.
Yeah. Unless small island anyways.
Unless people like Dave start popping up. Like, but for the most part, like the way some of these people think and the way some of these people see us and all this kind of shit, like even with the older people, like we've been here so long at this point, you get what I'm saying? We've integrated, we've seen, like, why am I still shocked that I walk into the airport and I see niggas working at the airport? I'm like, oh, there's black people working here.
Yeah.
Like,
no, that literally happened. We saw like younger black people working at the airport and we were like, oh, right.
Did you get what I'm saying?
This is bad.
Why am I so shocked at that?
And then we also live in concentrated pockets. That like we live in like Dublin, Galway, Cork. If you go to like some like Sligo, Leitrim, you obviously I know people that grew up in one person grew up in Kilkenny, and she's like, there's nobody there. Tipperary, like we still where we are, but where the majority of the country will still feel like a foreign entity for most of the country.
And this whole racism thing has been around for hundreds of fucking years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the people that think that way, they're gonna think that way. There's no,
Yeah.
there's no education. There's no nothing. So sometimes I'm not gonna lie, like it just feels pointless sometimes.
Yeah,
but obviously
I understand the feeling.
Keep pushing.
The feeling of being pointed. I do get it. But I still think to be maybe not us, but someone that to be persistent and to persevere. And you might see progress. It might not be this time next year, and like. Where we were 10 years ago when we started, everything was getting shut down. But now you can see a lot of promoters actually run their events more time or not, like cleanly, smoothly, like urban events as they call it. And these things, back then, I think it was like maybe 2017, it felt like everybody was getting shut down. Also, this was also a thing that promoters would call on each other.
Yeah, but if we still have that same problem now, like anybody that if you speak to promoters and stuff like that, they're all saying it's so hard to find venues and shit.
Yeah, no, venues also. The venue thing is even in the UK. I was hearing Matthew and Taser talk about this. Mm-hmm. Pandemic killed a lot of venues off. That also is a factor that that is a factor that people don't want to host. And another thing is because Abs has hosted that many events. He's gotten venues, 5 venues in a year, £5. Like
I'm not saying that, but we're not saying it's impossible.
No,
we're just saying that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there is people like Abs who has successful events every single time. Doesn't have, I don't know, has had any events with any trouble. Same with Gino. Gino runs events, and I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's not my timeline, but when I was 2016, 2017, I couldn't see a black event and it's not being shut down, regardless of who the promoter was.
Fair enough, yeah,
regardless of who it is. Like, and a part of this is what I'm saying is a part of this was just promoters snitching. The one promoter, I'll be a promoter, you'll be a promoter, said they're just running an event over there. Can you go? They'll call police on each other. That also was a part of it. But I'm also seeing like your brother's run a lot of events, and they feel like he runs from beginning to end smoothly. That's what it looks like to me. So there is also now, again, I'm in my own bubble. Tall events definitely does happen, and we see it. But I see more than I did maybe 10 years ago when I was 18. Mm-hmm. People like Abs, Gino, your brother having successful black events from start to finish. This was just even Red Cup. I just couldn't imagine it 10 years ago. You just knew. Let me enjoy my fun now because police are gonna show up at any minute. That was like a thing that we were going to events knowing that like Blanche boys are gonna be there, Tala boys are gonna be there, police will shut us down. So I don't know if that's the case anymore, but that's it.
Anyways, let's go. I'm tired of talking about racism. Shit. Yeah. Fuck all you racist motherfuckers, man. Dilemmas with Dage.
Let's go.
All right. My husband, we've been married for 5 years, hasn't touched me in a year.
Okay.
I keep myself presentable. We have 2 toddlers, and I keep the house as clean as possible. We're financially stable, not wealthy, but not in dire straits either. When I'm in the mood, I wake him up with a sensual blowjob. He releases, showers, and says thank you. My 2-year-old was playing. My 2-year-old was playing a children's app on his phone. I used that opportunity to snoop. Text message to my husband. That was different, unexpected, and somehow it turned me on. Husband replied, "You're so good at it. Are you okay? Am I the first man you've pegged? Call me. I want to hear your voice."
How did we get there?
Bro, the sender was his stepsister. I confronted him immediately. His eyes turned cold and soulless, like a shark's eyes. Tell somebody and I'll erase you. Cry on Facebook and plan the balloon release. Me, I'm not scared of you. Him, you won't have time to be scared of me. He threatened me. My marriage can't be saved. I'm tired of it all. I need to know how to leave him and our monstrous kids behind. I want a fresh start.
The kids are monstrous now. The kids are monstrous. What does he fuck me for?
I want a fresh start. What's the best way to disappear and start anew? Advice.
Now. First of all, try to mind my living on your stepsister fantasy.
Bro, first of all, getting pegged by your stepsister is getting pegged. That's another thing. Getting pegged by your stepsister.
My man's living on his fantasy. The advice is,
there's a point title in there somewhere.
That marriage cannot. It's funny because I was listening to like the lads of Word I used to the plane, and they were saying like the thing about marriage is sometimes like it is like a covenant and a bond you make in front of God. Because they were talking about cheating and how something they would be like, they could they work on it, etc. So they're talking about like, regardless, sometimes we forget that we got married and we have to make it work and we have to go through it because it's the covenant we made. In this case, dead that.
Remember the what's called the dilemma I brought last week, where it's like, oh, let's test your morality, blah 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 blah. In this situation right here, she needs to gone girl him.
She needs to what?
Gone girl him.
Yeah.
100%. You have to send him to jail because this nigga, like, I think to this point where he threatens you, my guy said you won't have time to be scared. Bro, do you know what that means? Before you can even think about being scared, you'll be dead. He will kill you. Like, and he's a closeted whatever he's into. He said if you tell anybody, so if you're saying you want to get divorced, why are you getting divorced?
Because this can't get out.
Exactly.
This.
Bro, you've literally one day when he's at work.
God.
One day when he's at work, leave your kids in his parents' house or something like that and buy a ticket and never come back. That's the only way to get out.
Jesus. And then put on Facebook. The advice is like, there's no... you can't reconcile that because he's getting pegged by his stepsister. Like, obviously anything in this life is possible, but do you even want to reconcile? Do you even want to work
she doesn't want to reconcile.
Yeah,
but bro.
So what advice do we give now?
Bro,
leave.
No. But you can't. I don't think you can tell him you're leaving.
Yeah.
My guy. She said his eyes turned cold and soulless. He looked at her and said, "If you tell anybody, I'll end you. I'll cry on Facebook and I'll plan your balloon release." Bro, do you know what this fucking means? like what's called? Wasn't it just an Olympic runner or something from Uganda or something like that?
That burnt his wife. That burnt his girlfriend.
Niggas kill their wives and partners every day. This guy is not gonna let you go, especially now that you know that piece of information. Forget the fact that he was cheating. The fact that he's getting pegged and he's clearly embarrassed about it.
Okay.
Your mouth says some stupid shit.
No,
I know.
I never said something on this podcast.
Right,
now, say if it's you, and then you find out your wife is getting pegged by her, like she's pegging her stepbrother.
Bro, I have to be out.
No, you have to be out. But there's no repercussions, anything.
See, the thing is, like, okay, if we're gonna have a serious conversation right now,
oh, that's what we do on this pod every day.
I'm not gonna lie. It's different to see her pegging her stepbrother than to know that your husband is getting pegged by a stepsister.
Yeah.
It's.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The one doing the pegging is never as worse as the one getting pegged.
Yeah. But still, though. What kind of... Then I have to question what kind of relationship you guys have had all along. Because to get to pegging, you just didn't get to pegging.
Oh, yeah, you had to be fucking before.
I've said a story before where I knew step siblings that were doing it. Well,
to be fair, I hear it.
No.
Because we're not married. I mean, we're not related.
They were 17. Their parents got together. Their parents would go on date nights. Just the two of them in the gaff.
200 kids attracted to each other. What fuck?
It's like you don't even have to try. There's no sneaking.
Bro, you set this up for a home run.
But God,
no, babes, gone girl him, man. Like, pretend like everything is fine and one day just disappear. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, but
and if you don't want your monstrous kids, just when they're at school. Cool.
As much as we said, like, I don't believe in divorce, but it is an option. That's why it's there. And that's one of those things. Like,
bro, in this situation, I don't think she can divorce him. He's not letting her go, bro. Because if she goes, she's gonna tell somebody, and he's gonna want to end her.
In those situations, if like obviously she knows now, he knows that she knows.
She confronted him.
Yeah. So even if if she says, okay, I'm not gonna tell anybody, do you guys just then decide to live different realities, even though living together? Because you're definitely not gonna enter then and there. I would be scared all the time to live with him, though. Because there's some couples that are married and they realize, for example, that we're no longer attracted to each other, or he's found out later, like they're into this, whatever, for some reason. But they decided, like, you know what? You live your life, I live my life, but we'll have a life together also in front of, like, because it's like, we're still good. Obviously, this is happening, they're not good friends. Mm-hmm. But a couple said, we're still good friends, we love each other as friends, but love just as lovers, gone. Yeah, and they decided, like, to live different life. In this instance, can she be like, if that's what you're into, do you know what? I'll charge her. You live, because the alternative is to kill me. I'd rather let you live the life you want to live.
Honestly, we know what niggas are like, yeah?
Yeah.
Niggas will go out, they'll do the cheating, they'll do everything. The minute you talk to somebody,
and they'll start to cry.
So now I'm afraid, if you're going to end me for that, if how my brain looks at it, if you're going to end me for that, you'll probably end me for talking to somebody else too.
I hear it though. Why are you talking to somebody?
But you got, bro, that's so fucking wild. Anyways, I got the next one. Another morality test for you, man.
God.
Yeah. So, your brother has a kid, right?
Yeah.
And this is before you have Fix. Forget Fix doesn't exist in this,
yeah.
Obviously. So your brother has a kid, whatever. Unfortunately, your brother passes away, and you and the love of your life, your wife, take in this kid, and you start loving him, whatever. in the middle of the night one day, niggas come in the house, they're robbing the house, all this kind of shit, and you're like, you go out, look, you can do whatever you want, take whatever you want, but just just let my family be safe. They're like, they laugh at you. They're like, oh, you think you're gonna leave this cool? Nah, you gotta pick one. Either you gotta pick your niece, your nephew, the kid, your brother's kid, the closest, like, that's all you've got, that's the only connection you got to your brother, or your love of your life. Which one you picking? Because I know which one I'm picking.
Yeah, pick the love of your life.
Obviously, fuck them kids. Bro, and this, I say, obviously, this is a very hypothetical situation because I love my niece and nephew. I love them more than anything else.
Yeah.
However, that's my wife, though.
Yeah,
that's the love of my life,
I think you have to pick your wife.
You have to.
Yeah, I think you have to pick your wife because back to what I said before, it's the confidence you made, isn't it? It's between the confidence you made, the agreement, it's between the two of you.
That's my nigga,
so
man.
You have to,
unfortunately, I got to pick over everything.
You have to pick your wife.
What you
what kind of that situation's mad?
It's wild, isn't it?
But can you pick yourself? Instead, just take
No.
Yeah, no. I think you'd have to pick to save your wife. I remember I used to say it to Simi. I was like, if it was one of those bad situations in movies where it's like, oh, the kid or the mom, you have to save one.
Yeah, no.
I always said I was gonna pick the Simi.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Do you know how
It's all together, you know.
Yeah, and that's the main part because the kid is not gonna know what's happening. You just gotta be sad by yourself. And unfortunately, I can have more of you.
Yeah,
it took me 20-something years to find her.
Some niggas are 30, it's still taking their time.
You know what I mean?
That was the wrong guy over there. No, yeah, you have to pick a wife, yeah. But on that, yeah.
Good.
You see, I saw this thing today when I was driving here, yeah. Cardi B was still sleeping with men while she was pregnant with Offset's baby. Could you be the guy? Like, just, how pregnant would you have to be for you to be disgusted by it?
I'm not. You know, there's people that chase pregnant women, right?
God, that's
because even think about it. The way that DJ Envy talks about pregnant sex.
Yeah.
Niggas are chasing that, bro.
I found that. I was like, yeah. I was like, how pregnant? Because niggas like are horny. But how pregnant would you have to be for it to be deterred? Was it like 7 months is too much? 6? Because obviously at some point there's no bump or anything there. She's pregnant, but like.
It is some woman can run this.
Yeah. Well, when they get like 5-6 months, I'm just looking at like, how horny are you? Just go on Pornhub. But also the thing like, I can get it from Cardi B. Is that the driving factor? It's like I get to.
Definitely.
Yeah, fair enough. Man.
No, but also, I hate how sometimes we pretend like niggas aren't just horny.
Yeah.
Like like if they can get it, they're getting it no matter what. How many niggas have you heard? Every hole is a goal.
Not anymore. We're mature grown men over here. We're mature grown men. Yeah, no, I've heard that.
I saw the wildest shit yesterday, bro. I was on TikTok here, and this guy was talking about like he's Haitian. Apparently, Haitians them man bang judge.
They do. Yeah.
On a different level. So this guy is like
New Orleans. That festival, Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Like heavily inspired by Asian culture as well, because those of them there.
But his sister was, you know how all these places are respect for elders and all this kind of shit like that. So his sister was rude to this woman or whatever. And apparently, sometimes they don't chat. Sometimes they just like, you got 3 days.
Oh.
So so the woman told his sister like, you got 3 days.
Oh.
3 days later, starts getting sick. Take her to every doctor. There's nothing you can do. She passes away. 2 months down the line, yeah, they go to his uncle. His uncle's a big man in this thing. Brings her back. And apparently this is a thing. Yes, brings her back to life.
I need to see this.
And apparently I'll send you the video. Apparently this is a thing. Like obviously it's just him and his wife talking about the situation. But apparently that's the thing that happens. Like,
wait. Where was her body for 2 months for them to just?
I think they did the funeral and everything. But you know how these things go.
Yeah.
But like, fam, you know me. I believe in Juju and I believe in all these things. So
there's a part. Wait. The religious side of me just can't believe there's an actual human being out there with the power to resuscitate and bring a dead person back to life.
But I think it's a specific situation of like how they described it was like, because it wasn't like natural causes. It's not like you just go and start resurrecting random niggas. Like I think it was because it was a judge that was banged on her to end her, and because he's a more powerful, he's deeper in this thing than the person that did it. He can.
Do you ever wonder how they get that level of power?
But we're forgetting, like, where was she kept for 2 months?
See, the thing is, yeah, you're talking about semantics. It's like we can't just dig up a body.
Yeah.
Like we can, like it's very easy to dig up a body.
No, Jude scares me. Since I watched those Nollywood movies with my mom when I was young,
Bro,
I was like, that shit,
there was
that
one
shit freaks you out,
bro. And you know the worst part about it, because obviously back then the graphics weren't great.
Yeah.
So there was one where like this couple they would constantly have kids, and like this skeleton would come and like take their kids. Bro, that shit gave me nightmares for years.
Yeah, but I don't know like how you even get that level of power. Do you just keep powering up like you're a Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah,
100%. Like you start as a rookie and then eventually you get to the stage where you can actually. That's like even I saw a TikTok couple that think they have telekinesis because they do this, and then tinfoil moves. Bro,
they do this on that. But yeah, no, but like the thing is, yeah, like we've heard about the people that use jute for protection.
Yeah,
people that use jute to like. All of a sudden, police are raiding their house. They're going invisible. Like, I believe in all this shit because I believe that there's things in this world that we don't understand.
Yeah,
and they were saying in the video like the thing about when the person comes back, they're not the same. They're slightly off and they don't remember what happened. And it's not something they can keep talking to them about. Like they're confused and all that kind of shit.
People that came back from like the dead.
Yeah,
that's like a 2 month. Yeah, there's no way you can be the same. There's like a 2 month gap, just gone in your life.
You know, sometimes when you're like. Not that I don't want to be here anymore. But you know, let's just put life on pause. Is this the way to put life on pause?
This guy is so stupid. This guy said he said no bills or rent for 2 months. Do you know if that was there, Jay, I would never see him again. You just told me someone just 2 months ago and they came back alive. I said there's no way you want to interact with that person because you do not know what spirit that person has.
Bro,
like, you don't. Nah, bro. They say we can't try to say woohoo.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I just be here just.
There's no way.
But no, apparently the Haitians are on judge, bro. Apparently they are.
Yeah, no, I knew that. I knew that the Haitians, the spiritual world, very, very much on that.
How much do you actually believe in, like?
I think growing up, like obviously in a Christian home, you believe in the wholeheartedly because you believe you actually believe if you believe in Christ and you believe in God, you probably believe in the evil side as well because that's the purpose in it. You choose good, you do good, and you get the reward is the heaven. So I believe in like.
I hear that, but like,
wholeheartedly.
Because like I know some people believe, good with God and all this kind of stuff, but they don't believe that certain shit can happen.
Nah,
like
believe in that.
what's called? I remember seeing someone like there's places where niggas are just flying.
I told you when I had sleep paralysis.
Run is so. Yeah, but places where niggas are just flying.
Yeah.
What's this place?
I can't remember. What's called? My friend's mom was telling me about like there's a place where like there's a place in Nigeria where it's like they suck people's blood, like they'll suck your blood dry kind of situation. Like not vampires, but like they're on that apparently, and it's like when it's late, like people driving or whatever, and they're waiting for cars to like break down and shit to like get people and all this.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
Yeah, or even like just tell me about another place where like they eat outsiders. Like if you're not from the village and you come there, they're gonna nyam you, bro. Like you see stuff like that.
I told you when I had sleep paralysis, I felt like I saw like a demon in the corner of my room, and I was like, all those things. I'm like, obviously you could say it's like your brain, your imagination, but that it feels so real that when you feel like I was described to Doctor Strange. I remember I said it like you'll feel like my spirit was looking at my body, and while there's demon in the room, I was like, no wait, this could be. I'll show you a picture after. Like I remember vividly, and then when I Google, like you Google everything on your phone, I was like, oh my god, this is just literally what I saw. And it can't be a coincidence that this is a paranormal activity that reoccurs commonly across people, you know. So I don't believe like if it happens, if a story maybe like that story, if it happened once, you can kind of be like, it could be fairy tale folk, whatever. But if there's different accounts of it happening again and again in different places of the world,
yeah, like what's called like I remember one time, you know, back in TikTok, the Illuminati days, all this kind of like this guy that was like he was part of the Devil's Church or whatever. Like people are like astral projecting out of their bodies and visiting different places and all this kind of shit. Like, bro, there is no way that this shit ain't real, bro.
Yeah,
like if I understand that ignorance is bliss. and like people don't want to understand all that kind of shit. But even like apparently horoscopes and all this kind of shit, like it's all dabbling. Like
It's not what ended the receipts kind of. Well, not ended it, but like it was like Melina was like into those horoscope and stuff, and then the other two were like, "That's Juge." That's Juge.
But because like the thing is like I always say, bro, there's power in this world, man.
Yeah.
Like it's however you access it is how you access it. Some people have to use Jesus, some people use Allah, some people use Judge, some people use blood magic, some people use even think about bro, I'm seeing on TikTok witches doing spells, bro. Like
TikTok's so funny because
what kind of witches? The new age witches.
Ron is asking what kind of witches the new age witches.
Man said, are these the hipster witches?
And Asterix is asking which kind of witches are the new
But even shit like all those people that are like using crystals and all that, bro.
Yeah,
I feel like it's very surface level dabbling, but you're dabbling.
No, of course. To your point, is like there is power in the world, and you can access it in different ways. And it's through God, or it's through crystals, or through horoscope, and eventually you pay the consequence. I think some people walk into rooms and with like a crystal babe, and they see all these things, and they sleep with the crystal babe, and they say my life hasn't been the same since.
Bro, isn't it the same on 90s Baby ways? Like he sleeps with the girl, wakes up, and now she's doing backflips.
She's doing backflips, and then he leaves. He falls asleep and he leaves, and his life was never the same after that.
Bro, man, like if you want to be ignorant and you want to say that just because you haven't seen some shit, like it's not real, bro. Like, bro, there's like things are rituals, like. Things are rituals, like even things that we might not see as rituals, they're rituals. Like even low key, why do we have birthday candles and we blow them out and all this kind of shit and we wish for shit? Like I'm not saying I'm not saying that is a ritual. Do you know what I'm saying? But like just because things have been watered down across the years doesn't mean that it changes shit.
Where did it start and where did we? Yeah, no, that's a good point because like where was the starting point and how did we get it to just be like a ceremonial blow your candles, make a wish? Who are you making a wish to when the candle?
Did you get what I mean?
Hashtag woke.
hey, blood of Jesus. Bro, man, you gotta stay protected out here, bro. Shit be happening. Like I remember one of my boys, like, cause you know what? It's different when you have like people that are like, I experienced this shit myself.
Yeah.
Like one of my boys saying like we were somewhere and he was having an experience and it's like you could just feel like that person doesn't seem like a human, bro. And it's like. I know you. I've known you for a long time. Why would you lie to me about that? Like, and if you did lie to me about that, it wouldn't be consistent over the years of you telling this fucking story. Do you get what I mean? It's just like...
And then some people come, like, with such conviction that they're telling you the story that you have no choice but to believe them. Because you're like, this person sounds so sure that there's no way he makes this up. There's a guy called Eddie Lazard or something. He does Joe Rogan's show. He believes in some I think aliens. Yeah, he believes...
Bob Lazar.
But yeah. And the thing is, someone was talking about this, the thing about him is, even though I don't believe him, I know he believes it. I know he believes what he's talking about because he will talk to you with such conviction and such like evidence that you're like, oh, you actually believe this stuff. And so some people, like to your point, they'll be like, I've seen things, and you actually look at them like, you know what? I believe you. I may not have experienced it, and I think it sounds like bullshit, but I believe that you saw what you saw.
Yeah, and even on a different level as well, shit like. I've been around, my mom's been spiritual for obviously my whole life. Do you get what I'm saying? And just shit like, you have a dream and like, I know what's called, Oyimbos really look at dreams as like, oh yeah, it's just whatever. But you have a dream and you tell me, Deji, don't do this because this is going to happen. And then I say, fuck that, and I'm going to do it anyways. Yeah. And then exactly what you said happened. Yeah. Bro, like once maybe, twice, okay, I can give it to you. Yeah. We're going into like the double digits at this point. How can I not believe?
And you're still doing it. This guy is so crazy. He's going into double digits and he's still not listening.
You know what sometimes disturbing is because why is it when I want to do something fun? Bro, we haven't been on holidays in ages. My mom was like, let's go to England. We go to Bible study. Someone goes in spirit. That's one thing you want to go. Don't go. Why is it always conveniently when I want to do some fun shit?
You still went, didn't it? You still went.
No, we didn't go. Bro, at that time I was too young to rebel. But bro, even shit, people like being in churches and being like, all of a sudden one auntie now sounds like a fucking demon. Bro, I've known this auntie for my whole life. Now she sounds like fucking, who has a deep ass voice? I can't think of someone.
Sounds like gigs.
You know what I'm saying? Auntie that has a high pitched voice now sounds like gigs. Bro, there's no way you can tell me that this shit ain't real,
I've
bro.
seen it with a young girl from church before. She just started talking, and the demon revealed her name. She was possessed. They actually did like every weekend, every Sunday. She'll come back, they'll pray over her. The demon will come out, she start running around the church, running after people, jumping on people.
Bro,
It was
like,
and then when you see her now, she's like, she's lovely. She's like, oh, hi.
you know what I'm saying?
How's it going, man?
Oh, bro, man. Like, in this life, don't let Yansh kill us, man. Let's just be real.
Nash will kill her to me.
Bro.
Nash has been the downfall for men from the beginning.
Fam.
Listen, my dad read me the story of Samson and Delilah. And the thing is, I actually like the name Delilah. But I'm like, no.
Look, if the Bible has taught us one thing, after God, fear women, I'm not gonna lie.
I have that tattoo, don't I? After God, fear women. But yeah.
Anything else you want to get into?
No,
or?
I think that's pretty much nothing really happened this week. I actually wanted to ask a question off the cuff. I was listening to, obviously, you see Travis, he's doing this like little media run now.
Yeah,
he's doing a few
he's
freestyle
doing
spots
his
here
thing,
and there.
yeah.
He's doing his thing. Outside of him,
Don't
yeah.
say little media.
Little media run.
I do the media run.
Sorry, okay. Sorry, it's not a little media run. This is a big media
Hey,
run.
we rate gliders over here.
Yeah, I've said he's my genre of rapper many times.
Facts.
Yeah.
He's the rapper I want to listen to.
Outside of him, yeah, like right now, who are the 3 top Irish rappers? Because I feel like it's falling way off, like active right now. There's nobody that seems to be doing anything.
Facts.
Like, right? Because I was thinking like 2 years ago, I would have been like, oh yeah, Cello, Officer, all these guys. But now I feel like last 2 years, nobody's done anything. I was like, it's really like him and Els, and after that
I saw what's it called, Sequences back with like techno Afrobeats kind of a thing.
fair.
Travis and Els.
Top 3. Give me 3 right now that you say, yo, these active right now are fucking killing it.
I can only give you 2 and they're in a group.
It felt like we had a bit of momentum 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Now it was just. But I think he's doing it bigger and better. He's doing it like he did that thing where that guy doesn't make the beats and you sit next to him and you rap.
Bro, I watched it and he shelled it. And what's called, because he went to go do. I think he went to go
on
do
the radar.
on the radar.
Yeah.
Which it's a big fucking platform.
Yeah. Drake did it with Cittg.
What's called fucking M Hunter was just there not too long ago. Like, it's a big platform. And you know what? If there's something I can trust from Travis, he gonna kill that shit.
Yeah, no, because that's why I was thinking, because he was doing so like obviously this media run. I was actually really impressed by it, and I'm like, is anybody even doing it good right now? Like big right now? I was like, no.
But also
my favorite genres, I always keep an eye on it because it's my favorite.
But that's what I was gonna say. Sometimes maybe it's one of those situations where
cyclical.
We just don't keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
So like, I know Cello's been teasing that he's coming back. I need some new Cello music.
That was just more little thing to talk about because I was like, oh yeah, he's doing it, but right now he's leading the way. But
oh wait, okay, I have one more question. Yeah, it's a stupid question. You know, our stupid questions. Would you rather, fight 10-year-olds, but they're armed with like pencils and like metal rulers and stuff like that, and their one aim is to kill you?
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about this is a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Or one teenage gorilla that is unarmed, and all you have is a baseball bat and a helmet.
What to the 10-year-olds have?
Like pencils, like metal pencils and like shit like that.
I'll take my chances with 10-year-olds.
Oh yeah, I'm bro. No,
gorilla will kill you.
Also, the 10-year-olds. It's not one of those ones that they're coming in waves. They're gonna surround you and all come at once.
I'll take my chance.
Oh, you have no weapons with the 10-year-olds. It's just
no baseball bat.
No. The baseball bat is for the gorilla.
Oh,
with the 10-year-olds, you got nothing. It's just your bare hands.
No, a gorilla will kill you with one punch.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, and he's blocked. He's going for you.
Yeah, I'll take my chance with 10-year-olds.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm picking one and I'm using him to smack the rest.
And also, what's the average size of a 10-year-old? Like height-wise?
I feel like kids are getting smaller, low key. Like, when I'm driving through town and shit like that, and I'm seeing all these kids in uniform, and obviously the school I went to, I can tell if you're a senior or not.
Yeah.
The seniors are about 5 foot.
If there's a 5 foot 10-year-olds, I'm taking my chances.
This is Sparta.
I'll even slap slap them. Stop it. Go to your dad.
Go back to your mom. Let's pop an intro real quick.
Oh shit, let's pop an intro. Anyways, everyone can't ruin it this week. Anyways, we are here. We are charged.
Bang, bang.
This is the podcast with the highest level analysis the culture needs. I'm Donny J, but you must can call me Jordan, and I'm here with...
You know it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Ditch nigga with the Midas touch.
Come on, and I am Ron with that two N's.
Don't forget the
Don't forget the
N's. Don't forget the N's.
Okay. I don't know what last time was.
Wait, bro, you forgot the last name. You know, someone asked me, is Ron like his third member?
Yeah, I know. So Keston posted that as well. Ron joining you.
Nah, niggas, he just owns the studio, man.
They're giving him props on Twitter saying, yeah, Ron has more appearances now. So hard for you to do. I'm like, he's here all the time. He's literally here right now.
Like, bro, we can't count you. Like,
asterisks.
This is like nepotism or something.
Asterisks. They bring me back from bar, and then you can do podcasts every week as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Anything else we need to shout out?
No, they just, talk about the picture thing, or do you believe that?
We can do it quick.
Yeah. Oh, I actually don't even know what the picture was.
I think I have it here. Where the fuck is it? All right, so what's it called? Someone was like, dating a woman who can't control her mouth when she's angry is the same as dating a man that can't control his hands while he's angry. Thoughts? I low-key agree.
I see it. I see, because mental abuse, because it's not visible, and especially as men, if you have a 5'2" girlfriend and you say, oh, she's abusing me mentally and she's saying things, you for sure, they will ridicule you.
Oh, 1,000%.
You for sure.
1,000%.
But if you're a 6'2" guy and you put your hands on a 5'3" girlfriend,
and also I think naturally, guys the way we express our emotions is usually through violence, like, especially anger, and whereas women are a lot more sharper with their words and stuff like that. And my thing is, I don't like people saying things to try and hurt my feelings. That bothers the fuck out of me. Like, if you're saying this to just, like, I know you're saying this just to try and get at me, that's gonna piss me off.
Yeah, and you have to be, and there's a lot of sometimes what they say what the most, because they know your most vulnerable side, so they'll probably use a lot of that against you, and you have to be so assured in who you are. So at times for them to be like, okay, that bothered me, but I know it's not true. But if you're still insecure or egotistical and you don't like, those men lash out because they know what the woman is saying. There's an element of truth in it, and then they react as the way they react.
Yeah, but even if it's true.
Even
if it's true, like, because the thing is, if you do that now, I'd never want to be vulnerable with you again. But if I can't be vulnerable with you, our love is never really going to go anywhere. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, that's why it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just angry. Yeah. Like, I like that thing has always kind of been like, and low key for me, apparently it's a problem. But like, if an argument starts getting there where it's like, we're just going to start cussing each other, I'll just leave. Yeah. Because I can be a dickhead, and I'm not trying to be a dickhead, and I don't want to say something that we're never going to come back from.
I'm the same.
Because the thing is, like, even if it's true, right? There's certain shit you can't take back. Like, once you said it, you said it.
Yeah, stand on it.
Even if you don't understand it, whatever. Once you said it, even if you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was angry," but you've said it now. You can't take that shit back.
Abuse is abuse, and I think in the form of physical, because it's visible, and obviously then you can be like, it's more telling. Whereas the scars that are not visible, people kind of tend to ignore it, because you wouldn't accept that if you heard a person even talking to your friend's girl that you said this actually talks to him, and you heard that, you'd be like, fucking hell, like I don't want that for you. Never me, boy. I don't want that for you. But at the same time, maybe it's those men as well. We, like the example I gave, we probably won't take their verbal abuse as serious. We look at it as like, but dude, you're a big man, like you shouldn't have to take that from her. And
also,
like,
it's she was angry, it's okay. Like,
you gaslight yourself into, like, kind of when it's physical, maybe physical and mental, both people gaslight themselves, like, okay, maybe I've seen women that was like, okay, if I didn't talk to him that way, maybe I shouldn't have said that, then he wouldn't have put his hands on me, I was the one that pushed the limits. And you people do gaslight themselves. But I do agree that abuse is abuse, whether you can see it or not. They're just as bad as each other, because how you're affecting the other person's mentality and mental health, and you don't, like, because you can't see it, you don't think it's that bad. And yeah, I think that's my thought on it.
Yeah, no, because bro, man, fam, just saying some crazy shit while you're angry is awesome.
Yeah, like I'll be real. There's been times where, like, I've argued with women, you hear certain things, and then your ego's like, you think this of me. This is what you think. I'll show you who I am, and then you go act out something and do something else, and it's just like, yeah, I should have, like, and all because it came because of words, not because anybody put their hands on you. And I know at the end of the day, you're still accountable for your action, but sometimes with words you can be made feel so small and so insignificant that you feel like, and you're in your own head, I'm like, am I this person? And you want to convince yourself, I'm not this person. How am I gonna get that validation that I am not the person that you think I am or you believe I am? And I'm gonna find that validation externally sometimes. And that's kind of why I'm saying, like, sometimes it's like knowing who you are can help. I'm like, to your point, I do agree that even if you know who you are, it's still not good to, like, abuse isn't good anyways. But sometimes if you're like, well, she thinks this of me, and you're like, wait, well, that's not true because I'm not that person. But if you're not self-assured, like, I can't believe she thinks this of me. I love this person, but look how they speak to me. They don't respect me. They just abuse me. I need to feel good and validated again. What am I gonna do?
Yeah. The thing is, like, if you're not that person, I feel like it's less annoying.
Yeah.
But because if you are that, like, the thing that hurts the most is the truth.
That's I 100% agree.
Low-key,
100%.
I low-key think your relationship can't be the same after that.
Yeah.
Because I'm never good, like, I'm not somebody that likes to open up any, like, I don't like asking for help. I don't like opening up. I don't like doing any of that shit. So if I finally do that, and then you throw one of those things that I said while that's why you're crying my arms like a little bitch.
Yeah. So now you think I'm a little bitch because I'm crying?
You will never see another tear in life.
Yeah. And I think people just think it's like, oh, it's just words, or I didn't mean it. I only said it to get a reaction out of you. Okay, you got a reaction.
You got a reaction.
The reaction wasn't what you wanted. The reaction isn't what you thought it'd be, but you got a reaction.
Yeah, nah, to be honest, oh my God. That people doing things to, like, obviously when you're a lot younger and stuff like that, like, and some people think you're doing this whole, oh, I don't care, blah, 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 and they're not sure how you feel about them, whatever. Like, I'm talking about young Digi, whatever. Then you go and you do something to try and get a reaction out of me.
Yeah, to
like,
see, oh, I thought you'd care. I want to see if you'd care.
Bro, if I...
Now you look crazy. Now you look crazy.
Do you know what I'm saying? And now you're upset that you did that. You played yourself. Because you know what you did? I actually don't care about what you did.
Yeah.
And you didn't get the reaction you wanted. And you're upset that you went to go and do what you did.
That's
you played yourself.
Well, some girls to try to go sleep with someone else to get revenge on the person that cheated. Now they're mad that they got cheated on, and they regret sleeping with the person.
You know, and it's one of those situations where because I don't even like you like that.
Never do it. Don't ever let someone take you out of your character. But yeah, abuse is abuse regardless of what form it comes in. And I just think people value the physical one more because it's visible than the emotional one.
Yeah, man. Don't let yourself get abused out here, innit? Yeah.
Anyways, that's us. We should be back next week. Yeah, and who knows? Who knows? We should be back next week.
This is the longest retirement ever, man.
Well, there's a plan. There's a plan and there's a purpose.
You know the most trust the process.
Trust the process. But if you made it to the end of this pod and you didn't like anything we said today, well, you can charge.
Bang, bang.
Thank you for listening.